You're listening to the Buddy Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. How we doing, everybody? We got a new coach going to be coaching the Atlanta Falcons. His name is Raheem Morris. And you know what? Raheem has always been a head coach. Everywhere he's been, all the players love him. He's going to lead the Falcons. Now it's time to make the move, Bears. They got it set. So, Bears, if you want to go ahead and send, your top quarterback down to us, we'll take him. Because here's what you got, folks. Raheem is an expert. Raheem had an opportunity earlier. Didn't work out, but he's back for another bite. Okay, another guy's going to get another bite is Van Joseph. I'm waiting on that call to come. We got another year. Another man I look to get another shot at is going to be Anthony Lynn. Okay, I'm going to walk through these lists. And, folks, I'm going to come up with something special because I want to discuss all the men who have been head coaches in the NFL that I have seen and what they have done. So we're going to congratulate Mr. Raheem Morris. Let's get it in. That's the Rooney Rule. And I want to tell you something else. He's going to get it done, okay? And we're going to unite and have fire behind him. But the Atlanta Falcons, you got one. Coming on in, okay? Arthur Blank, you did it right, baby. You did it right. You did it right, Blank. You're coming on into the A-Town. So let's go ahead and see what it's going to be. But I wanted to make that announcement to you that it is originally, it's been finalized. We got a head coach that's going to coach us down in the Atlanta Falcons. So stay tuned. We'll be back. You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. And we just wanted to throw that out to you because Raheem Morris, man, is a coach. He has done it time and time again. He has waited patiently for this actually to happen for him. And when you look at Morris, folks, let me tell you, he's been around. He comes out of Hofstra, okay? Defensive backs coach at Cornell, defensive back coach at Hofstra, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, defensive back quality control coach, Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive assistant. Went over to Kansas State, defensive coordinator, came back to the Buccaneers, 2007, 2008 as defensive back coach. Then he bumped from defensive back coach, man, that's Steve Wilkes, same thing. Here we go. We're going to bump it up from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and from the defensive back coach to becoming a head coach. Then he went after that. It didn't work in Tampa. He didn't give up. He went back to the Washington Redskins as the defensive back coach again. Came back to the Falcons to assistant head coach, defensive backs, passing game coordinator, defensive passing game coordinator. So Arthur Blank knows this man. He kind of likes what he does. 2020 defensive coordinator. He's been over there with Sean Payton. He locked up a Super Bowl for him over there. So here's what you got. Everything is going down, and guess what? He's coming back. And let's get ready to ride with him. Money Mike's on the team. You know what? Because each and every time we get one, it's a celebration. And it doesn't have anything to do with color. I don't care if you're white, black, Mexican, Hispanic. I don't care what color you are. Because let me tell you about them, man, they ain't tripping on the color. They just want to know when you go to battle that you're ready to battle completely, okay? And you don't do no shady stuff. Now, I'm going to bring something to you because I think the NFL is a little upset with Kyle Shanahan. I think the NFL is upset with Kyle Shanahan and what he did. And I think you're noticing that by the return calls that Kyle Shanahan is not getting called back. He called the Jets. Now, here's what's funny about Kyle Shanahan, and I'll break this down to you. Here you're going to fire a man that you hired under the Rooney Rule. You're going to fire that man, but you're going to call a Rooney Rule coach and try to get his defensive coordinator with the New York Jets, Robert Saleh. For the life of me, I'm telling you, when these guys panic, it doesn't make sense. Why would you call him when he's trying to win a Super Bowl with my guy Aaron Rodgers? And he told him, no, you can't. Then you got the audacity to ask Bill. Bill's going to put a whole staff here. I think Bill Belichick get Tony Bruschi out the booth. I really do. I think he can pull him out just to coach a little bit. But you're not going to get him. Guys calling around. Let me tell you something. Everybody knows what Kyle Shanahan, here's the deal. All right, you went on up there and you made your move. Okay, you decided to fire Wilkes. Now, everybody knows if you don't win, you could be fired. So why would somebody go out and take a defensive coordinator job with you that the defensive coordinator got fired for the Super Bowl? This is the games people play. Nobody wants that job, and this is how it's going to be. So all Kyle Shanahan did, and I told you guys this is what it was, he must have had somebody prepared that was not ready to take the job. But folks, for the life of me, you're one game away. So guess what? This is my evaluation for Kyle Shanahan. Kyle, if the next defensive coordinator doesn't win the Super Bowl, will he be fired? Because you fired a guy that got us to the Super Bowl. Now you're going to hire a guy that needs to win one game. If he doesn't win that one game, does he keep his job, Kyle? See, this is the thing why the other coaches are pissed off at Kyle. Okay, they're not happy with what he did. Steve Wilkes has a reputation in this league, especially among the African-American coaches. Okay, and you done fired this man, so now you're going to call somebody else to come work for you? No, Kyle, that ain't how it works. Ain't nobody coming to the 49ers help. And folks, I'm going to tell you, Kyle, and I'll tell you the 49ers and everybody else, ain't nobody going to come in there and help you win no Super Bowl. And you ain't raging nobody else's organization for nothing. You got what you got. You made your bed. You sleep in it. And if the 49ers hire Nick Soros, really it's Johnny Holland should have the job. Johnny Holland does the front seven and the back. He's in the middle. But if you hire Nick Soros, then why you just hire Nick last year? So we could have kept the staff in order. But now we got a whole new guy coming in. We get ready to go to Combine. We ain't even made an announcement. Maybe it's coming and I didn't hear it. I don't know. But you're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. And we're going to do it better and better. We're going to keep on trying to move the way we're supposed to move. And at the end of the day, folks, we just going to do what we got to do. All things are possible to those who believe. And we know that we can go higher and higher. And we're going to get better and better. And if we do that, then we never have to worry about how life's going to be because we control it. And that's what we want to do. We don't want to be out there where we don't know. And I always like closing up. I love Miss Leslie Banks, the producer. You know, I don't want to lose you. Here we're coming to you on Soundtrack. So you got to know Money Mike always likes to have a good time. We get ready for March Madness. As I told you, I'm going to be down with the HBCU in Las Vegas as they get the Pro League going. So we're going to get everything kind of moving in the right direction. And we're going to get back in the gym, see a little basketball. And that's just what we do. So here's what I want to tell you. Sit back, relax, open up the eardrums. Let the music do what it do. Because at the end of the day, you are who you are. And you do what you do. And that's what we know here on the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. But we're always going to let you know we're thoroughbred. And we're always going to let the brothers know, keep your chin up. And don't let them women pay a dime. Because here's where I'm going with that. Because if you pay half and she pay half, then that means you only get half of her and you want all of it. Okay? And this is the way it works. So stick with me, brothers. We're going to rise and shine. It's 224. I promise we're going to go higher and higher. Okay? And we're going to get better and better. That's what we do because we're on the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. We're going to say goodbye to you. It's been good each and every day. I love everything you do. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the voice you've given me. And we promise you this, we ain't going to let you down. So you stay tuned, and we'll be back soon. You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast.